All right, let's just jump right into it. Welcome to this explainer on the visual deception threat. You know, the days of spotting a scam because of some terrible spelling error? Yeah, those are pretty much over. Today, cybercriminals are basically pivoting to graphic design. They're moving away from those text-heavy emails and literally weaponizing pixels to exploit our trust and bypass our security. And the scale of this shift is just mind-blowing. Between 2023 and 2024, phishing attacks targeting the business and transportation sectors skyrocketed by 175%. And here's the crazy part. This massive spike wasn't driven by some complex new software exploit. No, it was driven almost entirely by image-based techniques.
So, with a spike like that, we really have to ask ourselves, why? Why are hackers putting so much effort into graphic design and fake images right now? I mean, why bother crafting a pixel-perfect replica of a corporate logo instead of just typing out a convincing email?
To figure this out, we're going to unpack the dual bypass of both man and machine. We'll look at bypassing the machine, hacking human cognition, advanced image attack tactics, and finally defending the dual attack. All right, starting with Section 1, bypassing the machine, technical blind spots.
So traditional email filters kind of act like speed readers. They're quickly scanning your messages, looking for suspicious text strings or known malicious links. But here's the catch. They are completely blind to a flawless visual replica. Take the recent Delta Airlines gift card scam, for example. Attackers took all the deceptive text, authentic logos, even aircraft photography, and embedded the whole shebang into a single, flat image. Because there was literally no text for the scanner to read, the email sailed right past security and straight into the user's inbox.
And of course, attackers are always evolving these tricks. We're seeing this massive rise in something called quishing. Basically, they trick you into scanning a QR code with your phone, which cleverly moves the attack entirely off your protected corporate network. They're also using wild stuff like blob URIs. This is where they essentially smuggle data straight into your browser's memory, totally bypassing even the most advanced AI-driven network protections. The machine literally never sees it coming.
Now this is where it gets truly automated, and kinda scary. AI design tools have supercharged this entire deception process. Just look at this. Between late 2024 and early 2025, over 82% of analyzed phishing emails contained AI-generated content. Think about that. Criminals with absolutely zero technical or design skills can now whip up pixel-perfect, highly personalized corporate branding in seconds. They are pumping out flawless forgeries at an unbelievable scale.
Moving on to Section 2, hacking human cognition, exploiting psychology. Okay, so once that fake image actually clears your technical filters, it has an even harder job. It has to hack your mind. See, fake imagery triggers what psychologists call System 1 thinking. That's our fast, automatic, gut reaction response. When you see a logo you recognize, your brain instantly goes, oh, okay, this is safe. And that immediate sense of familiarity, it basically ensures you never engage your slower, analytical System 2 thinking to actually question if the email is real. The visuals literally short-circuit your brain's logic center.
It's fascinating how these academic principles of persuasion map perfectly onto modern cyber attacks. Hackers use authority and fear, like flashing a fake FBI ransomware screen demanding an immediate fine. They exploit trust and familiarity through clone phishing, sending out perfect visual replicas of trusted brands like Qantas or WestJet. Or they'll tap into greed and curiosity by baiting you with a USB drive labeled confidential. It's not about complex code here. It's all about exploiting our innate human traits.
As cybersecurity researchers often point out, there's a hard truth we have to face: our psychological tendency to just instantly trust a professional-looking graphic or panic at an urgent law enforcement logo. That is the actual vulnerability they are exploiting. The fake image is really just the delivery mechanism for the psychological manipulation.
Let's dive into Section 3, Advanced Image Attack Tactics, Anatomy of a Scam.
So how exactly does a pretty picture lead to a completely compromised network? Well, the tactics are getting incredibly specific. Take threat actors like the North Korean group Slow Pisces. They'll literally pose as LinkedIn recruiters targeting cryptocurrency pros. They send over these visually benign PDF job offers. The PDF looks totally normal, but it actually links out to a malicious GitHub repository. Other groups like Golden Chickens will use your exact LinkedIn job title to name weaponized zip files. It completely disarms your suspicion because the context flawlessly matches your reality.
Let's look at how this unfolds using a backdoor infection called More Eggs. The secret weapon here is total misdirection. Picture this. The victim opens a zip file they think is a legitimate job offer. While they're staring at a fake Word document showing an employment application, which by the way is a purely visual decoy, stealthy components are hijacking legitimate Windows processes entirely in the background. By the time the user realizes the Word document seems a little off, it's too late. The attacker already has remote access.
And that brings us to some seriously dangerous techniques, like fileless ransomware and DLL sideloading. These attacks execute entirely in your computer's memory. They use legitimate admin tools, or they force trusted applications to load malicious code. Because there's no actual malicious file ever written to your hard drive, traditional antivirus scanners have absolutely nothing to flag. To the system, the attack is pretty much indistinguishable from routine, everyday administrative activity.
This exploitation of visual trust doesn't just fool average users, it extends right into highly technical developer environments too. Just look at the recent high-severity flaw discovered in Cursor AI. This bug allowed attackers to silently hijack configuration files that the developer visually trusted. No reprompts, no warning pop-ups, nothing. Just silent remote code execution triggered simply by opening a project you visually assumed was safe.
All right, bringing it home with Section 4. Defending the dual attack, verification, and safeguards. Here's the good news. You have the power to consciously short-circuit this psychological trap. When you feel that sudden sense of panic or urgency from an email, just pause. Hover your mouse over image links to inspect the actual destination URL. Manually type websites into your browser instead of clicking. Look really closely at sender domains for typo squatting, like replacing a lowercase l with the number 1. And absolutely crucial, implement multi-factor authentication. That way, even if a fake image tricks you into handing over your password, those credentials are totally useless without your physical device.
From an institutional level, there are some pretty powerful technical safeguards you can deploy. Simply disabling automatic image loading in your email client forces everyone to pause and manually approve the display. That gives their analytical System 2 a crucial moment to catch up. Organizations should also be deploying AI-powered OCR tools that can actually read the text hidden inside these images. And of course, maintain clean, offline backups. They serve as the ultimate failsafe against these sophisticated visual attacks if ransomware somehow slips through.
As attackers continue to weaponize graphic design and relentlessly exploit our cognitive blind spots, we really have to rethink how we process the information on our screens. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. I'm going to leave you with this. The next time you open a perfectly branded, highly urgent email, are you truly verifying your digital reality, or are you just falling for a fake image?